What is going on, everybody? It's David Palmer, Leo King, and we're back here November the 7th of 2017, getting this thing going. You know, I had some problems earlier with my live stream system, but it looks like I've got those bugs all worked out. And, you know, I really wasn't going to come back and do this just because I was so frustrated and I just was not happy. I was not happy at all. But, you know, I just feel like that's part of the energy in which we have to turn around in the astrology that's going on right now, in the vibrations that's happening right now. It's just super important. So, you know, it's like this is definitely a time for us to really not let crappy situations, emotional situations take us down, because it's just not worth that time. It's just not that energy that we need to have in our lives. I think that's just so important right now. But the good news in all this, is I was able to fix and be able to show you guys what's going on. So, of course. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You guys are going to have to give me 1 second here. We're going to come back. I swear I fixed it, everybody, but the Apple Pen, which just wasn't connected there, it's got to reconnect. So funny how these things happen. But so the crappy situation that I want to talk about first in the astrology are these 3 planets that just so happen to be in what we like to call detriment, right? So, oh, good. I got it fixed. I have been trying all day to get this thing to work. I got it to work. All right. First of all, I'm running the chart for Friday, November 10th, because coming up here on Friday, we are going to show you that we have a big 3/4 square of the sun and the moon at 18 degrees of Leo and Scorpio, okay? Now, I bring this day up because this is like one of the more major transits of the week happening. The 3/4 square of the moon is very intense, especially in the sign of Leo, where it's driven and wants to have passion and intensity, especially with the heart and, you know, fixated on what it wants. And Scorpio is very similar, you know. Scorpio brings out those inner desires, those deeper wants and those deeper needs. And this is a very extreme sun square moon aspect. What's making you happy and what's not making you happy. Scorpio is where you want to sting, say, ow, I don't like it, I don't want it. And Leo is where you want to love it. You want to give it everything. So there's a lot coming up about what we want and what we don't want, okay? And so it's happening at a time where we have these 3 planets that are in detriment. So we're going to talk about that real quick right here. We have Mars in Libra, detriment. Okay? We have Venus in Scorpio, detriment. And we have Mercury in Sagittarius, detriment. Okay? Now, what does this all mean? I always like to kind of give a little bit of not just like a normal way of looking at this, but a much more understanding of what detriment means, okay? Because I've done this for the November horoscope, and I've talked a lot about what's coming up here. But if we take a look at this, detriment, the state of being harmed or damaged, a cause of harm or damage, okay? That's what just the dictionary would say about the word detriment, okay? But detriment in astrology, if we do that now. Oh, all right, here we go. I can't spell today. In astrology, a celestial body is said to be in detriment or quote-unquote exile. Okay, I love that word with the word detriment. When it is positioned in the zodiac sign exactly opposite the sign in which it rules, right? Or where its domicile is or home. When a celestial body is in detriment, it is said to be not comfortable in that sign and to tend to operate with the least strength. This is from Wikipedia, Detriment of Astrology. Okay. Now, the reason why I bring this up and why we're going to go into this real deep is, let's take a look. we do have this Mars in Libra. Now, Mars in Libra, I would say, is one of the more major detriments because, one, Mars is a very masculine-driven sign, okay? Very ambitious about our desires, our wants. And see, it's in the sign of Libra, which is a masculine energy, but it's in the opposite sign of where it rules, right? The home and domicile of Mars is Aries, where we just have the courage to go forward, make action, make decisions, look out for ourselves, do what's in our best interest. But in Libra, we are weighing so much out intellectually. In fire, right? We don't think really intellectually in fire. When it's Aries, it's just like, I want it, let's go. Let's do it, let's do it. Let's just push it, let's push it. You know, you don't think about, oh, how am I going to do this? And a lot of that aspect of like, how am I going to do this comes when Mercury is in detriment, which I would say is another very powerful one. But if you actually think about it, all three are just as powerful. Mercury's in Sagittarius now, and it will be here till January 10th, okay? And this is in the opposite sign of Mercury in Gemini, where it's at home at, where we're very clear on thoughts, facts, right? So both Mars and Mercury are in detriment. So our mind, our thoughts are on deeper search, looking in the future. Mars is unsure of itself. It doesn't have its strength. It doesn't know how to just keep moving forward without thinking about things. And then we got Venus in detriment, where Venus is in Scorpio, where unfortunately Venus is showing what it's unhappy with, where Venus, when it's in its home sign of Taurus, is all about knowing its value, its worth, its self-worth, its confidence. Venus in Scorpio is not very confident. It's going, I am exposing what is not making me feel good. I am attached to things that I can't detach from, right? And especially because Jupiter's here, it's enhancing the detriment aspect of, gosh, looking at the things in our relationships and our money aspects and our self-worth aspects that we're just not happy with. We're not, you know, we're exposing those areas. And when you're dealing with a Mercury in detriment and when you're dealing with a Mars in detriment, and it's all happening in the middle of Scorpio season and the middle of the sun gonna square the moon in Leo of happiness. Oh my gosh, do you want to talk about extreme highs and extreme lows? Okay, there's like a very bipolar week, and it's moments of high and then moments of low, and it's all happening also at the same time that Saturn in Sagittarius is trining over to Uranus, which is in Aries. And what does that mean? Well, the Saturn-Uranus aspect is having us find breakthroughs and, more importantly, change the way that we deal with our positivity, our belief structures, by being confident in what we're doing. But this is a time of not a lot of confidence. I'll be honest with you. When you have Mars, Mercury, and Venus in detriment, which are the three personal planets that are around the sun all the time, okay? These are the three planets that they don't move too far away from the sun ever, you know, except Mars. Mars is the only one that can be pretty far away from the sun. But, you know, I'll be real with you all. Like, this is a lot of energy that is compacting us about, you know, very difficult situations of not feeling. I mean, it could be physically good for some, but I think it's more of I want to do this in my life, but can I do this? Do I have the energy? Do I have that energy in the tank to do it? Scorpio demands that extra energy in the tank. Scorpio demands that you come from out of nowhere with energy that you don't want, that you didn't realize you have. And it's at a time where, holy cow, can we bust this? And how ironic, and I know that, you know, my chart right now looks like an insane asylum drawing. So we'll try and get rid of that. Hold on one second. Because I want to show you all that the interesting part to me too, after all these things that are happening, there's some other stuff that's going on that kind of adds to all this. Okay. Hold on, we lost a little bit there. Okay. Nothing better than a clean chart to write on and look like an insane asylum patient. Okay. The nodes, 19 of Aquarius, right? And Leo, okay? Now, the sun and the moon are going to square on this spot. So a sun square the nodes is a major choice. And this week is bringing up major choices in our life of change. Change that is dealing with more of our heart-centered space, what we really want to do, and especially whatever planets are at the fixed positions of 18 degrees. Whatever planets are at 18 degrees are going to be the highlighted aspects, of course. But I think that a lot of this in deeper aspect, especially with Venus conjuncting Jupiter as well, around the same time that this is happening, is going to bring up new opportunities for us to feel better in our life, but they're going to bring up opportunities by exposing the things we're not happy with, we're not satisfied with, we're not feeling at our greatest with, but that we're going to have to find extra strength. Remember, this Mercury in Sagittarius is very belief structured issued, especially with Saturn trine Uranus right now, which is happening in Aries and in Sagittarius. There's a lot about our belief systems and our searching for more. And I think that we're going to be able to find it. And I think it's a major choice this week that is going to be like we don't feel like we can pull it off. You know, one thing about Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Detriment is I don't think I can pull it off, right? I don't think I have the power. I don't think I have the energy, even though I want it, and even though I know I can, and even though I have it. It's self-doubt at its highest capacity while you're at your hungriest, and you're at your most necessary hunger in your life. It's like, I need this, you know? And it's like, but I don't know if I should. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I have the energy to, but I need this in my life. I want to do this so bad. So it brings up a very, very kind of conundrum where it's like, you're going to have to trust your instincts. Remember, there's a lot of water going down now in the astrology. Let's count. We've got Neptune in Pisces. We've got Chiron in Pisces. We've got Venus and Jupiter and the sun in Scorpio. There's a lot of water. Right? There's 5 energies in water. And actually, as we're recording this, the moon's in Cancer right now. So it's 6. Could even feel like before this moment on Friday. Oh, man. A lot of emotions going on. But to me, this Venus-Jupiter aspect, okay, is a big one because it's combined with the sun square the moon in Leo. This hunger, this drive, this want for more, this necessary for more. There's a part of ourselves that can't live with, no, I'm not going to do it. Or no, you know, it's like, I want to, I don't think I have the energy to, but I can't live with not doing it. And that could be in relationships, money situations, or all this. It's like you feel like you have to. And when the sun squares the nodes in a big quarter square of the moon on this, I mean, technically this isn't an eclipse, but it is eclipse-like energy because it is the sun and the moon on the nodes at the exact same time. It's very ecliptic-like, eclipsic-like, if that's a word. But it's ecliptic-like because the ecliptic is at its like peak spot. And if we even like kind of look at this is kind of a sacred pyramid, I guess you could say we're kind of forming here with the sun, square the nodes, right? That's very intense. It's very intense. And so I think that we've kind of stumbled upon this big aspect in our lives of like, wow, we've got to make a huge new choice. Wow, we've got to do something about it. Wow, we're going to have to do it even though we don't feel like we have the power or the energy to. We feel like, you know, we're at our weaker energy, but we're going to have to. And this weak energy is sticking around all through November. Hate to be very real with everybody, but you know what? It is here all through November. Ain't leaving, ain't going away, right? Now, the good news, there is some good news in this week. I don't think there's actually bad news in all this. I just think it's just about getting over the humps. But the main thing is, look at this. The sun at 18 is going to sextile over to Pluto. So that hunger, that choice is even more enhanced, right? It's like plus to the max. That's why I put major choice. You know, you got Pluto, right, adding to the hunger, while sun is in Scorpio adding to the hunger. Now, there's some interesting things going on as there's a little mutual reception going on, right? We got Venus, which is in the sign of Scorpio, but this is Mars' home, right? And Mars, which is in the sign of Venus's home, which is there. So then you add this mutual reception aspect where both Mars and Venus are kind of flopped. Mars is in a, even though it's a masculine sign, it's in a kind of demasculine sign based off its detriment. And Venus is in a feminine sign, even though it's not in its natural home. So there's a lot of aspects not home yet. And it's interesting that we could feel like, gosh, we're moving into territory in our life where we're not feeling at our normal home. But I think that with Jupiter and Venus, and I think with a lot of the aspects that are showing up, it's like, it's okay that we might not feel at home. We are moving things to a better place. I think we learn when planets are not at home. We learn when energies are not at home better. You know, we learn, it's kind of like in baseball or any sport. Like when you're at the away game, you're not going to be at your best. The crowd's not cheering for you in the same way. You're in a locker that's not normal. You're taking a shower in somebody else's shower. You're, you know, playing on somebody else's turf. You don't know. And there's a little bit of that aspect going on right now. Doesn't mean you can't win the game. And I think that there's a lot of this aspect in our lives where it's like, sure, this might be new territory, might be new projects, might be new people, might be new situations that maybe we're not used to, or fields that we're really not sure of, but we know in our heart there's a major choice, there's a major decision, there's a major change that has to happen, and the hunger is too strong to deny it or stop it from happening. So I'm glad I was able to get that out. And I'll level with you all just in my own personal aspect of this. It's like, you know, I had a great day starting off today, and then, you know, I had a lot of opportunities come on my lap today, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I started to freak out. I was like, you know, most people like would die for opportunities, but they involve a lot of risk on my half. And so, you know, it's like, am I sure I'm going to do it? And then there was some news I got regarding the opportunities that were actually extremely separate, but we're going to make the opportunity work, and it didn't work out. And so when I got that information, that just put me into a tailspin of like, I don't think I could do this. I'm weak. I'm unsure if I'm going to be able to do this. And you know, I really got upset from it. And it really took me from hero to zero really fast. And I think there's going to be a lot of that going through November. Hero to zero, zero back to hero, zero to hero, hero to zero, zero to hero, back and forth and back and forth. You know, I think that's going to be a little bit of what's coming with all this energy that's going on. But sometimes going from zero to hero humbles us and then makes us realize, oh, maybe it's not that bad. And then that zero back to hero brings us back to that. And there's going to be a lot of bipolar energy this week. I'll be honest. I mean, but there's a lot of fated decisions. You know, I love always to say the fate train, whip, whip. But, you know, I don't think that there's like this fate train coming in kind of, you know, it's like a stealth train coming in, kind of like, okay, am I going to take this thing? Am I, you know, it's not, you know, happy-go-lucky kind of fate train, even though there is a happy-go-lucky aspect inside the train if we get in it. But I think there's a fear of walking into this fate train. I think that there's a lot of fear walking into these big choices right now. I think that there's a lot of fear about how we're going to deal with our own self-worth, about moving into this space right now. So, you know, yeah, there's a lot to deal with here. There's a lot coming up here. There's a lot that we're going to have to face. But I think that it's extremely, extremely important to do it. Like the way that I look at this chart, in my opinion, is like, we'd be as stupid not to try to go for it. It's Saturn trine Uranus. Bold moves to change the structure of your life and your business and your wherever you're at with Saturn. Whether that's just stepping to the next level. Saturn trine Uranus is next level stuff, okay? Next level. Not sitting at the same level. By making a major life choice that is not going to be easy, that is going to be divine. Look at this pyramid. Oh my gosh. Look at, you can even see the eye of the pyramid, you know, and the Illuminati eye. You know, it's a major choice down on us, you know? These are moments like the forefathers of America made to choose a new nation, to make a declaration of independence and know on the backside, holy shit, I might not make it. I might not make it. But the other side of it is, oh my God, I might create the greatest country that ever was, and freedom and all these kind of aspects. I guarantee you, if you look back and you think about it, it's this kind of style of vibration and energy. It's definitely not simple stuff. And it's It's not simple because the choices that you make deep inside of yourself are extremely powerful that you're going to have to make. And they're not going to just be simple. They're going to take a lot of your energy. And like I was real with you just a minute ago, I mean, myself, I was ready, I was ready to put the towel in. I was just ready to put the towel in. Like, fuck it. I'm over it. I'm just done. When yet I have these awesome opportunities in front of me that I can take. I have the opportunity to take them, but I'm afraid to take them, and I can see how that could play out in a lot of ways for people. But I also think, it's the beginning of starting to feel Saturn in Capricorn. I mean, I hate to be real. Saturn's also coming on the galactic center point soon. We're degrees away. We're starting to conjunct this. We're within an orb of the galactic center. These are major galactic choices that are coming up this week in your destiny and whether or not you're going to play ball or not. And I think that it's important for you to step up, make the choice, and play ball. And they're not simple choices. They're not easy ones. They're going to require some huge pulling on your inner self and at your weakest places and prey on your weaknesses a lot. They're going to prey on your weaknesses a lot. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. I hope that this helped you. We did this awesome event this weekend, and everybody who was there or watched on the pay-per-view, I am just overwhelmed with gratitude and thanks for being there and being a part of it. It rocked. It was awesome. We sent out a lot of love vibration for the next 5 years coming up, which, this presentation was extremely, it blew my own mind away. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off, to look at the past, the present, where the 5 years are after the next 5 years. Because I kind of showed people that you have to look beyond in order to know the situation that you look in. Anyway, it went extremely, extremely well. So that made me very happy. And it was just, all the way around, just a very good aspect. So, if you do want to watch the pay-per-view aspects, it's through a group, Rising Through the Darkness, that basically you will buy through inclusiveastrology.com. So you'll just go to inclusiveastrology.com if you want to watch the conference. And what you'll do from there is you just click monthlies or specials, and then here it is, pay-per-view event. You click on this, you purchase, you'll get a PDF file, and then I want to show you guys what it looks like inside. Then you'll be able to watch the videos. Like here's part 2 of the video, right? And I mean, we're talking about full talk, full slides of the horoscopes. Here's part 1 of it. Me going into the charts of the future, the past, all the way. Here's 1284. Talking about it, showing people, really letting people see what's going on for this next 5 years, helping people see how to make it happen. Where's it all going? How's it going to affect us? Here's 2020's chart. I go through and really show you all what's happening and how it's all going to happen. Take questions from the audience, answer them. It's extremely fun. So if you want to be part of this, and watch it, basically just go, to inclusiveastrology.com, click on the pay-per-view event, purchase it, and then we'll let you into the group, and you put your order number in and stuff, and you're part of it. So thanks for all the support. Truly appreciate it. Thanks so much for everything. Sending you all my best. Hope that this detriment, you can all make it through. I'll be there for you guys, and sending you all my love. Talk to y'all later.
The Leo King app is the world's first and leading video and notification astrology horoscope app for iPhone, Android, and computer. Get daily spiritual videos and addictingly accurate notifications alongside weekly sun sign horoscopes, tarot videos, and exciting new age entertainment videos by celebrity astrologer and TV personality David Palmer, the Leo King. Join today. You have nothing to lose with a 7-day free trial and wake up to astrology like you've never seen before.
Wake up to astrology like you've never seen before.